Hello, my name is Michael J. Hume. I am playing Dr. James Sheppard in Poirot, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, at the Oregon Cabaret Theater.
A chair that apparently moved itself. To all three, I say, why? And I find no answer.
At this point, I began to wonder whether this man who communes with furniture was really any good as a detective.
I think it's considered one of the top five. It's either Agatha Christie mysteries in general or the top five Poirots. In fact, the play begins with him trying to retire to a small village, after his international travels. And in this small village, do you think a murder happens in Agatha Christie and that he might be called in to help? So it's your basic British whodunit, where done it, why done it.
Monsieur and Madame, I tell you, I need to know the whole truth, in spite of you all.
I'm more or less the narrator. I believe that it's been a while since I read the novel. I believe the novel is written in the first person from Dr. Sheppard's narration. So it's kind of like being the stage manager in our town. I come out and say, well, these are the circumstances of this small town. These are the surroundings. This is the physical geography. These are the characters.
Our village, King's Abbot, is much like any other village.
I knew of Lewis because he was working at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival before I arrived. And when I was looking for the job, way back in the early 90s, I looked at old publications, and there was a picture of Lewis doing that in a production of Henry IV Part 2, which I remembered very well just for the visual and because a number of friends that I would work with were in that shot. But we did a Zoom reading of the first draft of Poirot, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, in which he on Zoom, he couldn't have been more charming. He goes, I know who you are. I have friends who are friends with you. So we kind of got to know each other just doing this reading back then. And we have a great time together. It's wonderful to work with him. He is precise. He has the luxury of having created the role already. So in terms of mannerisms, in terms of dialect, in terms of exactness, discipline, he's admirable and great fun to work with.
Pity you got yourself wet for nothing. Would love to have known what was in that pond.
Would you like to see? Voila.
It's a real ensemble. Everyone genuinely likes each other. We have fun with each other. To me, it's a shorter rehearsal process than I've been accustomed to. I have a lot of words in the play, so there was every now and then a little bit of oy, 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 how am I going to learn this? And I still am learning. But I caught COVID in 4 days after we began, so I had to spend 6 days isolating and watching a very lovely understudy, Jeff, do the blocking, create a lot of the stuff while I sat on Zoom and just wrote everything down. And that was, 8 hours a day. So I had to play a little bit of catch up, but the cast was so supportive and so lovely. I'm working with my friend Topo, Jonathan Topo, I've known for 30 years. Priscilla Quinby, whom I've known for many years. Everybody else, I think, is a newcomer to me personally, and they're just all gems.
I drove her to it.
Means your fault.
Of course,
The
it
woman
was.
brought her own end.
Yes.
The costumes are stunning. The lighting is beautiful. The music that was chosen, I just think is terrific. It's more of an extravaganza than I had pictured in the first place. So it's a feast for the eye and ear, and the acting is so good. And the acting is so good. So that's why you should come see it. And it's a great story. It's a great story.